What's going on, everyone? Smoking Jamini here, back here with another video. So we're going to do a quick market breakdown, market brief for things to look at on the markets for the 23rd of November 2021. So we are going to look at a few things here today, because like there's not really much action that is happening on the markets lately, but there are a few things that I would like us to actually look at as today and moving forward. So we're going to look at Bitcoin, the dollar index. We're gonna check out Euro USD, and then also look at the NAS 100, and also look at WTI oil, ne? And then we're going to look at USD ZAR, MHA 200 process, Renegen, and also Barlow World. So let us jump into it, ne? So in the overnight session, when it comes to the crypto market, ne, as a whole, the crypto market itself as a whole. So Bitcoin has been under pressure for the past 7 days. It's fallen close to 7%, and in the past 24 hours, it's down close to 1.2%, and then Ethereum, it's down 4% the past 7 days, ne? And then also the other coins as well as XRP, Solana are also a bit of under pressure in the past 7 days. So when you're looking at the technicals when it comes to Bitcoin, you've seen that price actually reached a high of 68,000 a few days ago, and then since then it has been going a bit lower. So I'm suggesting that price could find maybe value around the $53,000 level. Then maybe it will bounce back from here, and then it can start moving higher to 65,000, even as high as 74,000. So the biggest story that might actually move markets is and especially the guys that trade commodities. So oil has been really under pressure the past couple of days. The US is set to unveil emergency oil release reserves to fight oil high prices, ne? So we've seen that oil itself has moved significantly higher. US oil. Oil itself had moved significantly higher in the past few days, but now it has been coming a bit down, just to for prices to be at a modest price. So we've seen that oil we've seen that oil reached a high of $84 a few days ago, rather. Let's say last week it reached a high of the $84 mark, and we might see actually price resuming the uptrend, because we might see that it's finding value around this level. This level is actually, it was resistance previously, and now it has became support. So we might see prices actually moving a bit higher. So looking at the dollar index itself, DXY. So looking at the US dollar, so the dollar has been in a straight up bullish trend since from this double bottom that happened here, and then it formed a box range, and then it broke out higher. So we've seen that the dollar has been like moving extremely higher, as in we can see even there on the higher time frame, the weekly chart, that um the uptrend, or the upside momentum, it's still pretty much intact. It's still pretty much intact. You might see the US dollar actually reaching the hundreds dollar mark, or it might reach the 99 mark, but yeah, it's still moving extremely higher. It might actually reach the $100 mark. So when the dollar is really strong like this, it puts Euro USD under pressure, because when you are looking at Euro USD, it is the the opposite of the dollar index. So we've seen that Euro USD has been under pressure like the past couple of weeks. So there was a double bottom that actually formed here at the top, and then it formed this let me just draw this. It also formed a little range. There was here, there was a small range there was here, and then it broke lower on this range. So we might see as well Euro USD reaching the 1.100 level, so in the next coming weeks, or in the next coming days rather. So because the dollar, it is extremely strong. So looking at in NAS 100, the story of NAS 100. So the story of the Nasdaq 100, I spoke about this on the video that we posted when the month started. We said that the Nasdaq has been resilient, extremely resilient, and actually reaching new highs almost every day. But now we've seen that it bounce off the upper band of this channel, and then bounce off on the lower band. Now it is trading at the upper band of this channel, and then we see that here on the weekly charts that it did print a new high. It did print a new high of 16,000 of 16,800, and now we are seeing that it is actually pulling down. So it is actually pulling lower, so we might see the Nasdaq retracing close to perhaps 15,600 level, because markets do not move in a straight line. So the pullback might actually happen, and then maybe it will resume its bullish stance. So looking at EUSD ZAR. So for this week, we might see stocks actually trading lower rather than them moving higher. So South African rand now. So since we spoke about the US dollar now, we've seen that the US dollar, it is extremely bullishness. So that makes a USD ZAR nayo ibe bullishness. So a strong dollar, a weaker ZAR, and we are seeing that it is actually pushing. It is actually pushing. It is actually pushing higher, and now it is trading above 1586. And you might see price actually trading at 1660, and even as high as the 17 rand 50 level. Perhaps sometime in January that might actually happen. So we are saying that oil is extremely expensive. So that might actually make the ZAR extremely weak, because our currency is code dependent with what actually happens in the commodities markets. So that you must know. If commodities are not in a good space, the ZAR is also not going to perform very well. If gold is not performing very well, the ZAR is also not to perform very well. So looking at a process now, you said to kind of check out the process. Okay, so the story of process, ne? Because process is a rand hedge stock, ne? So if the ZAR is weak, process actually gets a boost there. It actually gets a bit stronger, you know. So we might actually see ish. Oh, I need to check the daily charts. Yes. Okay, sorry about that. So on the story of process, we might actually see process bouncing, regaining its momentum, breaking this 1445 level, and it might actually move higher to 1500, a share to even as high as 1638. It can actually move as high as 1818. So if the ZAR is continuing to be weaker, process might have a fighting chance on that. So the next one that we have to check out, we said we are going to look at Renegen and then close off with a Barloworld. Okay, so the story of Renegen, eh? So when it comes to Renegen, we saw that the price of Renegen blasted off in this parabolic, had this parabolic move, ne, a few weeks ago, so a week ago. So now price has been coming back to retest this level. This level now is now our support level. It was a resistance previously, it blasted off. Now it's retesting this level. So we might see Renegen actually resuming the upward momentum, continuing from the parabolic move that it first started doing. So looking at Barloworld, so the story of Barloworld came out with pretty interesting results yesterday, so that's why it jumped off like this. So we were seeing that the momentum might actually continue moving higher on there on Barloworld, because they came up with some really positive numbers when it comes to their sales and on their leasing of equipment and other stuff, because they sold their car dealerships to motors, né? And they created capital on their side to invest on other businesses as well. So remember, Barloworld is a conglomerate, né? It does many different things. Their main business is the equipment leasing, né? The heavy machinery and equipment leasing, but they also do other businesses as well in all spectrum of the market. So Barloworld is trading at 145 a share. It might actually move as high as 164, even as high as the 182 level. So yeah, those are just a quick market brief for today. Perhaps maybe this will actually help us to navigate along for the rest of the week. So guys, remember, for those who still wants to join our private channel, né, to get information like videos like this and market updates like this every morning, fresh market updates from news to charts and to other market related material, you can join our private channel. It's 550 Kelly Stocks. Gentleman Club is 550, and for both stocks and FX it's 850. So you can follow us on socials, né? Trading View, it's Sbo Dlamini. Facebook is Interpret Asset Management, and then I have a page on Facebook, ne? Sbo Ngiseni Sbo Dlamini, and Twitter the business page is Interpret Asset and then my personal handle is Sbo Dlamini. So very soon we're gonna change the Interpret handle to Stocks for Hope. We're just waiting for some little information as well to come through. Remember guys, trading CFDs involves a high level of risk, so do not trade money you cannot afford to lose. So this video is not investment advice but rather educational purposes. So guys, thank you, I will definitely see you on the next video. Bye.